welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if you're new here, and today's video, as I'm sure you can tell from the title, is all about my go-to hairstyles that I wear throughout the week. And I'm honestly really excited to be filming this video because up until pretty recently, hair has always been the last thing that I've thought about whenever I'm putting together like a full look to head out the door, because I always used to be mostly focused on the outfits, which still rings true. I do love fashion and clothing above all other aspects of, you know, physical decoration, and then I would do the makeup next, mostly out of necessity because up until recently my skin used to be like horrifically covered in acne, but that's a video for another time. And then, you know, once I had all that done, I would look at the time and be like, oh my gosh, I gotta head out the door, like I'm just gonna throw my hair in a bun or a ponytail, or, you know, I just came out of the shower so I'm gonna scrunch it up and then head out. And I just never felt that happy with my hair. For a little bit more context, I have very fine hair, but I have a lot of it. Like, the actual strands, individual strands of my hair are very fragile and pretty easily breakable. I do have a bit of breakage around like the front of my hairline just from years of pulling it up into ponytails and stuff when I was a student athlete. But the bottom half of my hair, so all my hair that grows like from here down, is curly and some like wavy curly, and then the top half of my hair is straight. So I've always sort of struggled with, you know, knowing what to do with my hair, because if I just let it air dry and then leave it down and then head out the door, it just by the end of the day would look like frizzy and just very strange. And so I decided this year, you know what, it's 2020, I'm not doing anything else. Let me just really learn how to style my hair in a way that is easy and doesn't take up too much time in my day, because I don't have 30 minutes to straighten and blow dry and curl my hair or whatever, but that still looks put together and nice and doesn't make me feel, you know, self-conscious when the rest of my outfit and my makeup, in my opinion, looks amazing and then there's just like haggard hair on my head. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So to get my first hairstyle started off, I go ahead and I take my freshly out of the shower, pretty damp hair, and I add my Whey hair oil. I really like adding hair oil to my hair this early on in the week because it keeps the ends of my hair moisturized, even though I only shampoo and condition my hair once per week. Then I go ahead and brush out my hair, and I like to brush it in the direction that the braid is going to go. It just makes the braiding process easier. And to do a Dutch braid, you start off like a French braid. You take that top section of your hair by your forehead, split it into 3 sections, and as you go, you add sections of hair. Unlike a French braid, when you're doing a Dutch braid, you take the center section and you bring it under the rest of the section. So as you can see, it makes this sort of 3D, almost like a horse's mane braid type of effect. And I really prefer this to a French braid. I think it's a lot more intricate looking, and I honestly don't mind when it looks a little bit messy, because this is the kind of hairstyle that as you wear it throughout the day, it just looks prettier and prettier, even if it gets messier. So I like to clean up the ends with a little bit of hairspray just because I have some flyaways, as you can see here. But overall, I absolutely love this hairstyle, and I like it because of how well it sets me up for having curly hair the next day. Into the next day, I have slept in this braid. I've had it in my hair for about 24 hours at this point. So as you can see, I go ahead and take it out, and I am just left with these amazing sort of mermaid-like curls that I really, really like. It's beachy, it's not too strict, it's not like little ringlets, and I add my Whey sea salt spray. I really, really like this wave spray. It just smells so good. It smells like you have perfume in your hair even when you don't. And so as you can see, I like to spritz that in my hair and scrunch it up, and it just really accentuates those waves. And I do like to put in a little bit of dry shampoo even this early on into the week, just a little bit, because it helps make sure that my hair doesn't get oily. I kind of use it as a preventative measure. So I either do this style one of 2 ways. Number 1 is I just go ahead and leave it as it is, but number 2 is I will sometimes do a half up style with this little mini claw clip that I have. And I only discovered this recently, and I'm obsessed with it. I feel like it sort of gives me like princess looking hair. So as you can see, I go ahead and just casually part my hair into 2 parts, the top part and the bottom part. I go ahead and twist up the top and then securely clip it in with that little mini half claw clip. And like I said, I just really think this hairstyle is so romantic. It keeps the hair out of your face, but it still frames your face and it looks really pretty. So you kind of get the best of both worlds with having pretty hair that is down, but it is still out of your face, which is so practical. This next hairstyle is definitely one of my favorites that I wear throughout the week, and it is a center part ponytail. And I sort of discovered this style on social media. To me, a center part plus a mid-head ponytail kind of brings me like weird middle school flashbacks. But as you can see, I start by center parting my hair, and I do a series of 3 ponytails. You kind of have to start with a sloppy ponytail that's not so great, and then you can smooth out your hair with your hands, with a brush, and each time you make your next ponytail, it's a little bit smoother and a little bit tighter. So at the end, I go ahead and add some hairspray on to sort of smooth down those flyaways, not too much. And this is a bonus step, but I had the time to do this today, but I will straighten my hair, just the ponytail, because I do think it looks a little bit cleaner and it sets me up so that I can have straighter hair throughout the rest of the week and I don't have to worry about straightening my entire head of hair. So I just really like this look. I think it's sleek, it's professional, I like wearing it to the office. Again, it keeps the hair out of my face, but I just think it's a really nice way to sort of show off my face. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. It just makes your cheekbones look nice and high, and I love it. This next hairstyle is so simple, I almost feel a little bit silly that I'm explaining it, but it is basically straight hair with a center part. So I go ahead and add just a little more dry shampoo, again more as a preventative measure than like an actually my hair is oily kind of thing. And I go ahead and section off my hair into 3 different sections, and luckily because I straightened my ponytail yesterday, I have a lot less of a difficult job to do as far as straightening. So as you can see, I'm not really straightening it all that well because I don't need to. It's already mostly straight from, like I said, straightening my ponytail out yesterday. So I go ahead and work on the next section here just as I go along, clipping up hair and straightening the rest of it, trying my best to get the back of my hair because I'm not always the best at getting the back of my hair when it comes to straightening it, but you know what, I don't think it's the end of the world. And I'm kind of laughing at my seriously focused face, like who makes that face when they straighten their hair? Me, I guess. And I do want to note here when I do the top section, if I know I'm going to do a center part, when I'm straightening this top section here, I straighten it into a side part so that way you can't really see the marks where I first clamped the hair with a straightening iron. They're sort of hidden when I do my center part. Now I'm going to go ahead and get that center part, so I just use a comb, a nice wide tooth comb, to find where my hair naturally falls and try to make sure that it's as centered on my face as possible. Sometimes I struggle with this. And then I go ahead and take a little bit of hair oil, that same way hair oil, and I just use it to sort of slick out the sides of my hair. I like when I'm wearing this hairstyle to have my hair lie nice and flat up against my head, and of course I want to go ahead and make sure that my ends of my hair are nice and sleek as well. Before 2020, I haven't really had a center part since like middle school, so honestly, I'm kind of surprised by how much I love this hairstyle. It just makes me feel really sleek and professional, polished, and put together, even though there's a little section in the back that's not perfectly straight. That's fine. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, this next day was a little bit of a fail for me. I originally planned to curl my hair with my straightening iron, but it ended up being kind of not very successful because I didn't give myself enough time. So instead, I just decided to do a half-up hairstyle, but this time, unlike the last one, obviously my hair is straight, and I'm using a hair tie instead of a clip. So it's a little more sleek than the other hairstyle, and I haven't done this look since probably like when I was a little kid, and honestly I think it's so cute. It's a little bit like Ariana Grande to me, and I was really happy with it until when I was on my way to work. I don't know how I thought this, but I realized that I look like Qui-Gon Jinn from Star Wars Episode 1 or Chapter 1. I don't know if it's like the loose sort of tunic-like sweater dress and the half-up hairdo, but oh my god. I mean, Liam Neeson's pretty cute, so I guess there's worse people to look like. So on this day, my hair is definitely starting to get a little greasy, so I like to take advantage of that by doing a low bun hairstyle. And as you can see, I start off by getting a nice center part and adding in a little bit of hair oil to smooth down any flyaways on my head and make sure that the ends are nice and smooth. And the overall strategy for this type of hairstyle is sort of the same as that center part mid-head ponytail. It's going to take you a few sort of rough draft ponytails to make sure that you're finally getting to your smooth, sleek, bump-free style. So use whatever you have on hand, whether that's a brush, a comb, a boar bristle brush, your fingers, some water, some gel, some hairspray, whatever it is that you need to do to just make sure that each ponytail is smoother and has less bumps than the one that you made before it, and you will get there in no time. So as you can see, I am tightening up my ponytail and using more hairspray, especially around my hairline, to make it nice and sleek. And I recently noticed that I actually have a cowlick like 1 inch to the left of my center part, and so I really like to make sure that my hairline looks as symmetrical as possible. You know, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I also like to make sure I get hairspray behind my ears so I don't get any flyaways there. And at this point, you can either use a claw clip and do sort of that style, but at this point my hair is a little bit too long for that, so I'm going to go ahead and go in with a ponytail and do a low bun. And I'm not going to go for perfection here. I really don't think that it needs to be a perfect bun in order to look good. I just think the more important part is the actual like sleek section of your hair. I'm not really sure how else to describe it. So if there's a little bit of hair sticking out or little flyaways, I think that's perfectly fine, but I do like to try to mitigate those a little bit and add a bit of hairspray. And as you can see, the bun is not perfect, but I still like it. You know, it gets the point across, it's still sleek, it's still out of the way, and it takes advantage of, I believe this is like day 5 or 6 hair at this point. Alright, and the last day, as you can see, my hair has definitely got a little bit of leftover product in it. It's kind of feeling the fact that it's almost been a full week since it's been washed, so this is the day where I kind of throw in the towel and go for the high messy bun. So as you can see, I just use my fingers at this point because there's not really any point in trying to have like a nice sleek style like I did yesterday. So I use my fingers to try and make sure that all parts of my hair, not just the front, are bump free. And the key for me for the high messy bun is that when you're actually coiling the bun, make sure that you're coiling it around the hair, like trying to make an effort to make the bun wide rather than tall. And if you have any little extra flyaways or pieces of hair sticking out, just place your elastic carefully so it kind of envelops all of those little extra flyaways. You can also use hairspray or gel if you really want to make it perfect, but at this point, I believe this is my 6th hairstyle of the video, maybe even my 7th, so, you know, it's okay if it's not perfect, you know? I'm just home today. I'm just home the day that I had this hairstyle. And I try to make it a little extra cute by pulling out my little sideburns, you know, giving it a little pizzazz, and that's it. It's cute, it's comfy, and it'll do the job. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and found some inspiration for hairstyles that are pretty quick and easy and that look put together without, you know, having to put too much effort in if you are a busy person like myself. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe down below. I am trying to make it to my first 100 subscribers here on YouTube, and it would mean the absolute world to me if you could help me out by subscribing down below. Also, if you haven't already, please like this video if you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments down below, you know, any other video ideas that you might have. I actually got this idea when my mom brought it up last time I saw her. Hi, Mom. Anyway, that is all that I have for today. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!